Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to the GFL broadcast for this evening. This is the first of four in our slate for the Gridiron Football League, the minor league to the North American Gridiron Association. My name is Reed Option, and I'm presenting to you the Honolulu Waves taking on the Carolina Hawks. And look at that, Carolina, 74% chance of winning. All four analysts say that they have the upper hand, but at the end of the day, it is up to the players. Let's see what kind of show they're going to put on. This is the Carolina Hawks home opener. So they get to be the Week 3 opener and the home opener for their franchise. There they are, sporting the all-rust unis, and the Honolulu Waves with their away opener, I guess you could say. Wyatt with the kickoff, they're sporting the all-whites. Alston with the return. Both these teams are 1-1 here 3 weeks into our 7-week regular season. 9 weeks if you count the playoffs. Very short week, but of course it's a developmental league. The focus is not on us. It is on the NAGA, and that is the same for these players. Here is the first carry for Kesey, signing this week due to Brown being pulled up to the Brooklyn Bandits. Congratulations to Adrian Brown. That was the first rush for Jamel Kesey. Still with us is Frank Romano. Kesey on his second handoff. Not so lucky. Great tackle by Bullock. It was Camarian Bullock on the tackle. Garner with the handoff this time. Joe Garner seeing the same outcome as Kesey with Bullock just meeting him in the backfield. And we have Neal now with the punting team. Demarion Singleton, been a stud so far for this league and especially for this team. A former Mariner, real young running back for the Waves as they start their first possession from the 46. Messina, the man in motion, the pitch to Singleton. Singleton to the left side, immediate first down. First down we've seen today. Great run there by Singleton to start us off here for the Waves. You got to see a look at the Hawks defensive unit. A lot of talented men there. Castile dropping back for the first time. Wide open, Shivers. And Shivers gets a 10-yard reception for another first down. The Honolulu Waves are coached by former quarterback Mike Joyce, a backup quarterback for the Memphis Liberty. Has a very high offensive IQ. Utilizes his players very well. Carolina on the opposite side, obviously being coached by Josh Wainwright, as I've mentioned back in week 1. Adrian Austin, just 5 yards on that carry, 3rd and 8, but in definite field goal range as Castile lines up with 5 receivers. Castile looking to his left, incomplete. Looked like that was intended for Shivers yet again. Field goal by Wyatt. Wyatt, it is deep. It is off the right post. 47-yarder is no good. I believe he had been perfect up until that moment. I didn't say it because I didn't want him to miss. You know, I hate when commentators jinx the players, but at the end of the day, that is just a bunch of mumbo jumbo. It's all up to the players and how they perform. Trevor Wyatt missing that field goal. That first handoff going for 4 yards for the Hawks. And Kesey taking another one for another 4 yards. Joe Garner coming in to potentially finish the job or, just like last time, have a tackle for loss. Him being the recipient of it. Gardner, not a tackle for loss, but not a significant enough gain. Had his legs swept out from beneath him. And the punting unit once again comes out. Justin Neal, one of the better punters in the league. Singleton breaking the first tackle, but could not escape Jalen Ray. Honolulu has lost no players this past week. The same unit they've had this whole time. Carolina lost some players due to a regression rule. They lost middle linebacker Kareem Spencer and cornerback Corey McGrady. And as we had mentioned, running back Adrian Brown. They signed linebacker Trey Brunson and safety Quintarius White to replace those guys. Speaking of defensive backs making plays, great tackle for loss by Sean Pope. Sean Pope being one of the better defensive players. I'd say he's a front runner for defensive player of the year as of right now, given he doesn't get yanked up to the NAGA. And that pass from Castile is incomplete. Punt return by Quintarius White. There he is. Significant yardage on his first punt return, probably 10 yards there. Giving Romano and company a great starting field position, but he is sacked. Loss of 7 on the play. Milton Profit, if I am not mistaken. And the deep pass, don't know who that was intended for, is incomplete. Try again. Another deep pass, incomplete. And here we have a punting scenario. Once again, Demarion Singleton still scoreless here in the first quarter. Shocked. Both of these teams, I mean, the defensive fronts are standing up. The running backs are showing up. Both of these teams have something to lose. I mentioned the quarterbacks. Well, not quarterbacks, but players being dropped due to regression. Quarterbacks get dropped. If your team loses twice in a row, then it resets every 2 games. These teams both lost last week. That means either Frank Romano or Steven Castile are set to lose their job after this week. The only other quarterback that could potentially lose their job this week is the Montgomery Guardians quarterback, Matthew Morton. So keep a close eye on the Guardians Brawlers game, commentated by the, trusted Axis duo commentary unit, Dave and Mike. Fontana on the punt. What a leg. Quintarius White, not so successful this time in his return, only making it up to the 23. Romano really has to put on a show like he did the past 2 weeks. This offense, one of the highest scoring in the league. And there he finds his man in Shaw. Shaw slow to come down with the ball. The tight end gaining a significant amount of yards on the play as he is subbed out. Romano dropping back again, almost picked off by number 37, that looked like. Must have been 57, Jimmy Colton. Alston able to bring that one in, gain of 11, and we are moving the chains. Carolina in potential scoring position, probably not close enough for the field goal unit. By the way, that was number 37. That was Jaquan Johnson on the tackle earlier. I am so sorry. I'm all out of sorts. It was Andre Savage. Andre Savage had that almost interception. I'm looking at a lot of Google Sheets on my left, and I got my tabs out of order. I first mentioned a Montgomery Guardian and then a Carolina Hawk. Apologies to Andre Savage and his family who is tuning in and listening to this. 8-yard gain by Kesey to keep the drive alive. End of the first quarter, still scoreless, but the Hawks are looking to score here. First and 10 from the 24 to the end zone. Touchdown, Jalen Ray! And that is going to eliminate the goose egg off the board for the Carolina Hawks as Montemayor shanks the point after. And that is a huge disappointment. Montemayor, very unreliable this season. A lot of these kickers, I mean, your job is very volatile here in the GFL. You need to prove yourself by making your kicks, and an extra point being missed is a lot more embarrassing than a 47-yard field goal. Shivers, the grab between coverage, weaving his way out, had a blocker in front of him. 43-yard gain. What a play. I think that was Waters blocking for him. Castile under pressure the play after. Sacked. Loss of 7. Aaron Payton on the sack. The attempt once again. Throwing is Castile. Incomplete pass. Like that was intended for Waters. 3rd and 17. You want to get a little closer for your kicker if you can't convert this. Castile looking to get the first, and he does. Messina gets the first down and was miraculously stopped by Quintarius White, who is showing out for his team on his first ever game in the GFL. Singleton. Gain of 2 after it was all said and done. Castile on 2nd down to his left. McCullough not able to get the touchdown, but what a grab by Travis McCullough. Castile sub 50%, but doing the thing he needs to be doing. Singleton, gain of half a yard, and Adrian Austin is primed for the touchdown. Too bad they don't want him in the game. 4 receivers and a tight end. Castile. Plenty of time. Flag in the end zone. Messina. Offensive pass interference, loss of 10 yards. Absolutely heartbreaking. Well, now the 5 wide receiver set is justified. Castile to Messina again, giving him another opportunity. Castile to the end zone, incomplete, and it looks like they'll settle for a field goal here probably. Wyatt to redeem himself from earlier. And this one is good from 22 yards out. He's very happy about that one. Alston with the kick return. And we'll see if Carolina can maintain their lead and maybe add some more onto it. Kesey. Gain of 9.5 on the play. Clock still ticking. Romano under center. Nice little trick play there to Xavier LaCroix. LaCroix, who had the first ever touchdown in the GFL. First play from scrimmage. Romano to LaCroix. Neither of these guys have been grabbed by the NAGA. It escapes me why they just haven't been grabbed yet. A lot of teams, I guess, waiting to see what injuries plague them and what players they want to see suiting up in their colors. Kesey, 11-yard gain. Kesey is a notable speed demon from the Louisville Kings roster initially in the Season 2 expansion of the NAGA. Hails from Oklahoma. 27 years young. Looking to have his shot again here for the Hawks. Shaw, another great, huge grab. Alston this time with the grab. 16-yard gain. What a play made by Frank Romano. We are now at the 2-minute warning. Shaw, the former Brooklyn Bandit. Alston, the former Vancouver Mountaineer. And there is Kesey, former King. Give him his crown as he gets the second touchdown for the Carolina Hawks. Montemayor, if you missed this, oh my goodness. 2 straight point afters missed. You might as well just hand him the pink slip. Juan Montemayor. Not sure what's getting into him today. Maybe the pressure is too much for him. 23-year-old out of Florida, undrafted, season 3 kicker. And it looks like he may return to the free agency pool. Second down, Castile looking deep to his right. Like that was intended for the tight end, Kyle Plummer. Singleton with the pitch on third. Unsure why you're running on 3rd and 10. Maybe to do what just happened there. Burn one of Carolina's timeouts. Not let the league get any more out of hand. Fontana. The punt to White. White has a blocker, but the blocker wasn't standing his ground well enough. Like Shivers on the tackle. Romano, less than 2-minute drill. First down into the dirt. Intended for Jaron Alston. Romano just over 50%, over 100 yards. Good job, Frank Romano, and a touchdown. I bet there will be another touchdown, maybe courtesy of Jaron Alston. If he keeps making grabs like that, 23 yards. Bradshaw getting subbed in, the typical wide receiver 4. To his left, Kesey. Kesey could play wide receiver. This running back has hands. Walker getting subbed out for Stephen Tolliver on the defensive side. We have a 5 wide receiver set for the Hawks, and the clock will stop. Jamel Kesey. Subbing back in for Joe Gardner, but not seeing the field. Romano to his right to Jalen Ray, the man who brought us the first touchdown. Gain of 22. First and goal. Touchdown, Garrett Shaw. And that will increase this lead by a significant amount. I'm not going to say anything about Montemayor until he makes this, in which he does. Shaw and Jalen Ray were both at 1 point, both touchdown scores today. Teammates on the Brooklyn Bandits. It's where they both got their starts. They're both in their mid-20s. And they both just had one of their teammates get pulled up to the Brooklyn Bandits. Maybe the same fate awaits them. Only time will tell as Carolina is starting to run off with this game. Or should I say, they're starting to pass and run off with this game. Kareem Waters with the snag, making me eat my words. The Waves are not done yet. Castile keeping his career hopes alive, at least for this season in the GFL. Looking to his right on first down, Kyle Plummer, the tight end, hauling that one in, and Honolulu calls yet another timeout. Only one timeout remains. They got to get in field goal range. Unless they head for the end zone, it's for Singleton. They'll gain 17 up to the 24. They'll call a timeout, and I imagine we will have Trevor Wyatt attempt a 42-yarder, a little closer than the 47-yarder that he missed. And it is straight down the middle, 41-yarder. And that will usher us into halftime. All points scored in the second quarter. Carolina leading 19-6 as Montemayor is about to kick it off to the Waves. 13 points behind, just 2 touchdowns. Can change the outcome of this game. As long as the defense stands their ground and the offense is able to cut through. Not sure what halftime adjustments Mike Joyce and company made. Demarion Singleton starting them off with a 7-yard gain. Straight down the middle. They're lining up in single back 2 plays in a row. Leading me to believe it's going to be another rush to Singleton. And it is to the right this time. But most of the blockers are lined up on the right. Not a good play design. Deshaun Fuller with the stop. Fuller, the Florida Atlantic graduate, 21-year-old, making the huge stop. Subbing back in is Deshaun Fuller, but will only be needed on this punt return. White taking the punt return, gaining about 5 or 6. Up to the 31. Carolina is primed to keep their lead. Maybe chew some clock down. Little by little, Kesey, the man to do it, out to the right. 6-yard gain. Tackled by Malcolm Minton. Kesey once again, 10-yard gain. This time stopped by Adrian Curtis. These guys are tackling but not making stops. I consider that one more of a stop than anything. But man, these guys are letting Carolina run and throw all over them. Garner not quite the elusive and speedy back that Kesey is. 3rd down now because of the 2 unsuccessful attempts by Garner. Romano this time electing to pass, looking deep to his left, one-on-one. Intended for Jaron Alston, the favorite target of the day. Dustin Neal with the punt, bounces on the 8-yard line, tumbles into the end zone before Jalen Ray can catch up to it, and that will be a touchback. Honolulu immediately comes out with the 5 wide receiver set. Castile dropping back, no pressure. Tight end screen across the middle, 4-yard gain. Singleton to the left, along the edge, 27-yard gain. Reminds me of Edgerrin James. They nicknamed him the Edge. Played for the Colts and the Cardinals briefly. Quite a runner from the early 2000s. Plummer, the tight end. Nice evasion there. Was able to slip out of the tackle and gain 10. Kevin Snow now subbed into the game. Being used as a blocking tight end. Looks like Snow missed his assignment. Gain of 1 for Singleton. Adrian Austin subbed in. But both Austin and Snow will not be in this play. 5 wide receivers. 2nd and 9. Castile. Little curl route from Looney. Looney sidesteps the defender. Gets a first down. Eventually brought down by Quintarius White, who's just on these guys like butter on toast. Loss of 4. Butter meat toast. Rashad Henley. Tackle for loss there. 2nd and 14. Castile looking past the first down marker to Shivers. Caught it low to the ground. Refs say it stands. From the 17 now in the red zone. Hand off to Singleton. Singleton gaining 6 on the play. And Honolulu looks to have finally got their swagger back. Castile with plenty of time in the pocket. Goes down, doesn't get rid of it. Sebastian Figueroa with the sack. Go. 3rd down, Castile to the end zone. Surprised there was no DPI call there. And this will still make it a 2-score deficit. Wyatt, the only man to put points on the board. 38-yarder is good. He's made one from 20+, 30+, and 40+. Now he just needs 50+ and under 20. Alston taking the kickoff. Tackled just past the 20 at the 22. And the Hawks late in the 3rd still haven't clinched this game, but are looking like the favorites. Romano can't give that man a lot of time in the pocket. Only a 3-man rush there. Gain of 6 on the play. Romano once again, only a 3-man rush facing him. Hauls it deep into double coverage. I guess that's why there was only a 3-man rush, putting a lot more guys on the receivers, as these guys constantly keep coming out in 5 wide receiver sets, putting a lot of faith in their quarterbacks who are literally playing for their jobs. Xavier LaCroix helping Frank Romano secure his, gaining the first down. Hand off to Jamel Kesey. Kesey brought down after a gain of 9. Isaiah Walker subbing back in. Kesey brought down in the backfield, kind of. That is the end of the third quarter. That might have been Derek Spears on the tackle. Either that or Jalen Nesmith. Jalen Neesmith. My apologies. 4th down after that unsuccessful 3rd and 1. Surprised they didn't run it there with Kesey. Neal just launching that thing into the back of the end zone. Almost hits the cameraman. Touchback. Honolulu will take it from their 20. Got 80 yards to work with. Make it 83 yards to work with. Henley. Tackle for loss. Really stepped up here in the second half. Shad Henley looking to get an NAGA roster spot. Cross route wide open. Incomplete. Looked like Steele was under pressure and just threw it as fast as he could. Steele dropping back under pressure again. Almost picked off in and out of the hands of the defender. Number 37. Jaquan Johnson. Once again, Quintarius White fielding a punt. This time tackled by Tommy Messina. The Hawks now taking it from their own 45, barely touching the paint of midfield. Kesey gaining 7 on the first rush. Nice little counter to the right side. Jamel Kesey, 1 touchdown, a reception for 13 yards and over 80 yards rushing. And he might eclipse 100 today, here in his first ever game in the GFL. Potentially making himself out to be an Offensive Player of the Year candidate, depending on how the rest of the season goes. Garner gaining 7. This running back duo is relentless. Garner, I think that was a big help to his overall stat line, but I imagine he will regress this week. LaCroix, nice little play there. He had a man not setting a pick, but he had him ready to pick up the block. Jalen Ray, I liked what they had going on there. That play design was really well drawn up by Josh Wainwright. Bradshaw with the back shoulder pass. Gain of 12. Romano, hell of a stat line. And the Hawks looking to score yet again on the Honolulu Waves here at home. What a service they're doing to the citizens of Charleston. The Hawks are killing it in their home opener. And the rust orange unis. Kesey, touchdown. 3 different men, 3 touchdowns. Or was it 4? Yeah, 4 touchdowns. Who am I forgetting? Jalen Ray, Garrett Shaw. Did Kesey get it twice? I'll see at the end of yeah, Kesey got it twice. My bad. 3 men, 4 touchdowns, just 2 missed extra points. Now a 17-point deficit, and this game is all but out of reach, as this is now a funeral procession for Steven Castile. Handing it off to Singleton. Singleton doing his best to keep their hopes alive. Gain of 9. Singleton not quite eclipsing 100, but boy, has he tried. Castile looking to his right, little screen to Looney, the slot receiver, and Jermaine Looney will be tackled before he could get the first. Mooney, the Kansas State alumnus, and Singleton on 3rd and inches. Got it. They gave it to him. They gave him the forward progression on the handoff out of shotgun. All right. Let's trust in the refs to make this game interesting. I feel like we just had one of those Buffalo Wild Wings moments from the early to mid 2010s commercials where the refs are like, we'll let it fly. Let's just give the fans what they want. Castile, 2nd and 4. Deep bomb to Messina. Moss, number 34. That is Sean Pope. Unable to come up with a block one-on-one. Castile now to his left. Snow, the 2nd string tight end, getting the 5-yard gain. We're coming up on the 2-minute warning already. These guys need to score and score quick. And score a lot. Incomplete pass. Time management has not been the strong suit of Mike Joyce and the Honolulu Waves. That's why they lost last week. And I fear that they may suffer the same fate for the same reason this week. A comeback from behind, snuffed out due to poor clock management. Something that Mike Joyce never had to do in a game. Only in preseason for the Memphis Liberty. Castile to the end zone into triple coverage. And you can't make reads like that and keep your job in the GFL. Castile will soon have an Indeed account. But first, a touchdown to Travis McCullough. McCullough to no fan response. The Pittsburgh graduate prospect this past season. McCullough seems to be a very promising prospect for any team who is seeing the injury bug already in the NAGA. Got great hands in crucial moments. Alston on that return up to the 27. Romano under pressure, and it is dropped. Not super crucial, but Sherman Horton, like your only target, you drop it. Not a good look. Romano, 2nd down, looking long. Jalen Ray, 46 yards. Brought down by number 27, Adrian Curtis. A little too late, got the 1st down, got the field position, and Kesey will gain another 7 as Honolulu burns their 2nd timeout. And one more rush ought to do it. No, Kesey will be stopped in the backfield. Had to break a tackle first. Milton Profit with the stop eventually. Profit's only tackles have been behind the line, which, I mean, hey, that's what you want from your defensive lineman. Kesey making all of Profit's efforts worthless as Kesey sets up the Hawks for victory formation to start off the week. A quarterback's career ended. A quarterback's hope for his career, it reinvigorated with his new running back behind him. The Carolina Hawks advance to 2-1. Get ready for the next games coming up. Up next, we have the Dakota Trappers taking on the Arlington Renegades. The Montgomery Guardians heading into Boston to take on the Brawlers. And to finish us off, the Oakland Blazers heading into Toledo to try to take down the undefeated Timberwolves representing Ohio. Frank Romano and Stephen Castile both put up great numbers today. Unfortunately, Castile was not able to pull through for his team. Singleton did the best he could. It's like Shivers was the main man, but McCullough with the touchdown. Wow. Defense was locked down. Only 2 drops. Messina and Waters, the rest were just defended very well. No forced fumbles, but a lot of defended passes. But, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defended passes. Singleton with a few returns. I think we'll see the true pros here with this stat line. Kesey, 104 yards and 2 touchdowns. What a game. Alston, Ray, Shaw, all these guys. Only one drop, and it was Sherman Horton on his only target, like I had mentioned. Few sacks, no interceptions. Look at those defended passes, though. 7 or 8 of them. Quintarius White with a showing. So yeah, just in their first weeks, Quintarius White and Jamel Kesey showing up for their teams. Player of the game to me is Jamel Kesey. Feel like he'll be a household name here in the GFL in the weeks to come. But with all these stats and the game being over, I will let you guys have the rest of your half hour before the next game. And as always, it is my pleasure to commentate for you. My name is Reed Option, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.